Hi, I'm Joanna, and I wanted to talk to you today about debt and whether or not you can inherit debt. I was out at lunch the other day with my friend Grace, and we were chatting and catching up with what's been going on in her family, and we were talking about her dad. And her dad is a postman, and he has about 15 different degrees. And she looked at me and she said, Joanna, when my dad dies, the only thing that I am going to inherit is more debt. And so we kind of laughed and continued with our conversation. But in reality, like, that's a concern that people truly have, is my loved one has passed away. They have a lot of debt. Does this debt come to me? Am I going to inherit this debt? And so I wanted to delve into that a little bit more today. Essentially, the estate that your loved one has when your loved one passes away is considered its own entity. It's its own person. So the assets that are in that, the things that are owned by the estate, have to stand for the things that are owed by the estate. And part of the probate process is to account for the things that are possessed and the things that are owed. And a final accounting is done, which will make sure that those debts are satisfied to the extent that they can be satisfied. And then once that process has occurred, you'll be able to inherit your loved one's possessions or what's left over after the debts are fulfilled. So the short answer is you're probably not going to inherit any debt, with the exception being if you're a surviving spouse and you have a joint account, or you're a guarantor and you've signed on the debt as a guarantor, then that's probably one of the few ways that I can think of that you might inherit debt. But generally speaking, if you have a creditor who's calling you and is harassing you because they know that there's a lot of debt that your loved one has had and that they've had and they've passed away, and they're trying to convince you that it's yours, it's probably not yours. So that's my answer. I am not a lawyer, so everybody is different, and there's specifics for everyone. So if you have additional concerns or you think you've got a weird situation, please contact your attorney and let them figure it out for you. But in a vanilla world, you're probably not going to inherit that debt. So I hope that helps. Thanks.